Good morning, guys. And just like that, paternity leave is over. I definitely got upset last night and the dog's run away from me, so I was about to start this vlog and oh no, I have to try and find the dog. And this little guy's making his dinosaur noises. Oh, and the battery's flashing. Right, let me find Bear. I stood calling him and obviously he's found another cut through down here, which is his favourite thing to do. He stood there looking at me like I'm the idiot. So, it's currently, I don't know, about 8:30 and I'm marking today as a success even if everything goes wrong from here because I've managed to walk the dog in the morning. So my little plan whilst Ross is at work is that I'm going to get up when he goes to work and strap this guy to me, get the dog ready and get straight out for a walk, obviously pre-shower and doing anything for myself because that'll just mean that Bear is happy and sorted for a little while. Here he comes. So yeah, that's going to be the plan to kind of keep me sane and make sure that the house is running fairly smoothly for the day when I'm on my own. Last week, one of you lovely lot sent me a message about silent reflux to say that maybe Teddy is suffering a little bit with it, and the symptoms and signs all seem to match up exactly. So he just seems to get really uncomfortable. In fact, when I'm just gonna have to start this bit quickly and then charge the camera when I get home, so I'll talk more about what he's suffering with when I get home and what I think could be silent reflux. But basically I've made an emergency appointment, which sounds really dramatic, I know, but that's what they're called, aren't they? I've made an appointment to see the doctor this morning, and the bloody receptionist was so grumpy. She made me feel like I shouldn't be booking an appointment basically, and she was like, so Teddy's only 6 weeks old, has he had his 6-week check yet? I said no, it's on Tuesday, which obviously if they see me today I'm hoping that they'll do everything today and we can free up the time for them next week. So Teddy urgently needs to see a doctor, does he? If I've decided that my son needs to see a doctor, then yeah, I want him to see a doctor. Anyway, so she made me feel like I shouldn't be booking it and I actually nearly backed out and I was like, no, I've decided I want to take him to the doctor, so I'm going to take him to the doctor. Bear, this way. Bear, this way. So yeah, I had a good night with Teddy last night actually, as in sleeping last night, but we had a bit of a tough evening ahead of that, which I think is all down to these symptoms of silent reflux. So let me get this dog walk done, chase the bloody dog wherever he's gone now, and then I'll tell you more about silent reflux and I'll see how we get on. Hello. Hello. Are you happy or are you sad? You don't know. You're always on the edge of both. Hello. Oh, right. Oh, aren't I just looking great? This is just mum life for you, isn't it? I might go and sit in the other room where there might be a bit better lighting. Right. We're obviously home from the walk, and as soon as we got back from the walk we had to go to the doctor's, and I was pretty proud of myself for just getting there on time, and it was the first time that I had to get all of Teddy's stuff together by myself. So put the pram in the car, get him in his car seat, put that in the car, get the change bag, like obviously all those normal things. Like that was my first time doing everything by myself, and we managed it and we got there on time. And he was really happy actually. Like when we came back from the walk and I got him out of his sling, he was actually really happy, which was nice. And he was happy when we first got into the doctor's. He wanted to feed, which kind of made him grumpy, which I'll talk more actually about the what was it called? Silent reflux, that was it. So yes, let me find, oh I haven't got my phone. Whoa, oh here it is. Here's my phone. What are you doing? That was it, Helena. Thank you for messaging me about silent reflux, Helena. She mentioned that her baby had had it, and when she told me what the symptoms were, I honestly thought she'd been in the room watching Teddy. Like she described his behaviour to a T, and a big part of that is when he's feeding, although he's feeding well and like he's obviously putting on weight really well. I can't remember if I said his we've got him weighed this week and he's gone up to 12 pounds 9 and he's 6 weeks today. He's a little chunky boy. So yeah, he's feeding really well, there's no problems with that, but he's just clearly in discomfort. So when he's feeding, he will suddenly like pull away screaming, and quite often he'll like wake himself up. He swallows when he's not feeding, which isn't a good sign because they shouldn't be swallowing anything unless they're actually feeding. And when he does that, shortly after he does that swallow, he's suddenly really uncomfortable and he'll like writhe around in pain, and it's just really uncomfortable. Like, it's not very nice to watch, and he just doesn't look very happy, and sometimes that wakes him up, so that's obviously not great either. He kind of grunts and coughs and hiccups. Obviously he's absolutely fine now. Like, these things don't happen constantly, and they don't happen with every feed either. Weirdly but happily, he doesn't do any of that at night, so his night feeds are never that sort of frantic, which they can be in the daytime. So we went and spoke to the doctor, and he agreed that he could be suffering from a bit of reflux, so they've given us Gaviscon Infant. And if your baby's under 1, then you need to have that prescribed, so you have to have it under medical supervision, and he will have less than what the dose says on here, so we'll have a smaller dose that the doctor has given us the information for. So we'll try that and see whether that eases things up for him. Some people I've read online have said like they have like a new baby after they've tried this. Other people it kind of isn't that amazing for, but I feel a bit sad that I'm kind of giving him medicine. I don't know why. That's really weird, isn't it? I don't know if it's because he's breastfed and it makes me a bit emotional, like putting something else in his body. I know that's maybe a bit dramatic, but I think maybe that's kind of what it is. But I'm willing to do anything if he's uncomfortable, and this will help him. So we'll see how it goes. You need to mix it with boiled cooled water, so he can't have it just yet because I've just boiled the water and it needs to sit and cool down, doesn't it, mate? And then we'll give it a go and see whether it makes you any happier, because I know that newborns generally aren't the happiest little things, because they're either asleep, want to feed, or feeding, so when they wake up they're grumpy because they want to feed. But it just sometimes doesn't seem right that he's so unhappy. Last night in the evening, so not during the night but yesterday evening, he was just so unhappy. I just couldn't really do anything to console him. And you know, when they get themselves worked up, they're literally like, you can't do anything like once they get that worked up. And he was, yeah, I mean the sling barely even worked for him. So hopefully we'll get you sorted, won't we, little one? You're gonna say hello? Hello. Oh no, I'm just gonna try and feed all the time. All the time. He is 6 weeks old today. Teddy Richards, you don't want to know what I was doing 6 weeks ago today. Well, I mean, you were there. You were causing the trouble, if I'm honest. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hi. No camera today, so's mum. Ross will be home on his lunch in a bit, which would be lovely. A little break in the day. I just took Bear and Teddy out for another walk. Well, I didn't take Teddy out for a walk, but he had to come. I didn't vlog because it was literally the same as what I was doing this morning. We've just got back, I've put a load of washing on. I'm trying to sort out his medicine, because the box is really unclear on what his dose should be, which I think is 1 sachet. Like, I think I've sorted it now. So he's just still asleep from being in the car. Teddy, that is. Oh, I can't believe how rough I look today. So I'm just letting him finish his little snooze there, and then he'll probably wake up and want to feed. So that will mean that I will give the Gaviscon a go. Hopefully it'll go well. Like, I really hate the thought of putting medicine in his mouth. Like, he just hates it, and it's just upsetting, isn't it, when you have to give your baby medicine and they hate every second of it. I just thought I'd show you the carpet that's a sample that we've been looking at. In fact, sorry, I don't know if I told you that we're looking at recarpeting the living room. So, exciting news after we were looking at the sofas in the last week's vlog, I think it was. Or was it one since then? Anyway, you've seen us looking at sofas. We've ordered the sofas. I'm so excited. I can't wait for that living room to just be a bit more comfortable, to actually, for me to enjoy being in that space is going to be amazing. I can't wait. I need to log into my DFS account actually, because I haven't heard anything about any sort of confirmation that it's all gone through. So I don't really understand what's going on there. So I'm going to check my account in a minute. But we've decided to recarpet as well. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. I think you can tell on the camera. You can see where like the heavy traffic is on our carpet. Look how nice this like really new bit is, and then this, and it literally makes me feel sick. I know that I could get it cleaned, but I actually had it professionally cleaned in the summer So really, not like less than a year ago, it was professionally cleaned. I hoover all the time and it's just impossible to keep clean, and I didn't really realise until now how light this carpet is actually. So I really want to change it for something darker, just because then it'll just be easier to keep clean. Obviously with a dog it's a bit of a nightmare as well. So yeah, we found this sample, which actually doesn't look super dark. And if you put it next to our carpet, it is actually quite a bit darker though, and it feels nice. So it's quite a small room, and also when the new sofas arrive, they're going to be in a completely different area of the living room. So underneath this sofa is literally brand new carpet that's never been stood on. So it's going to look even worse in here. Like, it's going to look horrible when you can see brand new like carpet and then really disgusting carpet next to it. So yeah, the plan is to replace the carpet as well, and as I said, it's just got a small room, so it's only going to be like a couple of £100 to replace, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, the fact that it's a darker carpet means it won't get as dirty in the long run. And I just think it needs a freshen up. If we're going for the new sofa, like, we may as well just do the job properly, haven't we? And I'm also thinking about a few decorative bits that I want to do in here. So we've got obviously the gallery wall, which I still love, although I'd quite like to change some of the prints in here and update that. But we've got all of this spare wall space, and actually I think I'd really like to play around with something more in here to give it some more character. I follow, oh, what's she called? Lust Living, is that her Instagram account? Olivia Silk. And she has like just a really normal home, and the character that she had put into it, like, I mean, not character like old home character, but her house is just, there's lots to look at, if that makes sense. And I kind of want to do that in here, even though like it's just a normal room. Let's just make it look a bit more interesting. I looked at a big round mirror yesterday that I really liked, so things like that, like a mirror and some shelves. And yeah, I think it'll just be like a few simple changes to make it really nice in here. So excited for the sofas. We went for navy blue velvet, and we did go for a pink velvet cuddle chair, which I am feeling very nervous about. And lots of people, well, I asked the feedback on Instagram, and lots of people said that babies and velvet don't mix very well, but I really wanted it. I really wanted it, guys, so I'm hoping to make it work. I'm going to get some throws for them. So I know that sounds ridiculous, like defeats the whole point of them being the material and colour that we wanted. I'm then going to put throws on them, but I'm going to have to protect them somehow. So yeah, in fact I'm going to check my DFS account now and see whether there's any like updates on them. My hair is looking so dark at the moment. I have no idea what's going on. Is that like stress? I swear, when I walked out of the hospital, my hair just looked darker. What happened to me in labour? A lot. Anyway, I'm sat here. I'm going to edit last week's vlog. I'm sat here with my two sleepy boys. Boy 1 in the corner. Boy 2 over there. I just left him in his car seat to have his nap because he'd only been in it for literally 10 minutes whilst we came back from the field. So he's not been in it very long. He can snooze in there. And I've undone his pram suit so that he's not too hot. Does anyone just look at their newborn, especially I guess first newborns, and just think, what the hell am I doing? Like, is there anything I'm doing right? Like, it just feels mad. Like, who gave me permission to do this? No one actually trained me for this job. I don't know. And I've made his Gaviscon up, and I just feel like I feel like I haven't done it right, because it says that you mix it with half a teaspoon. I did definitely do a teaspoon, didn't I? Yeah, it says half a teaspoon of no, 1 teaspoon, and make a smooth paste, and then add another 2 teaspoons and mix. But it just doesn't go to a paste with that first bit. Sorry, I'm waffling, this doesn't make any sense, but basically I'm questioning whether I've done the right thing with the Gaviscon. I don't know, we'll see. I feel like I've got the driest hands, particularly since Teddy's been around, I think because I just wash them so much now. Obviously every nappy change I wash my hands, like, and like when I touch anything else I feel like I'm constantly washing my hands. So I've brought some hand cream downstairs because I literally feel like my hands are going to fall apart soon. This is the Aveda Hand Relief, oh, night renewal serum, that's fine. I've got so many hand creams that I need to work through them. What else was I going to tell you? Oh, checked my DFS order. It says that my furniture is in production. Very exciting. I kind of, because I didn't get an email from them, I just kind of thought, I don't know, I was like, didn't really feel like maybe it was gone through, but now it feels like real that we're actually getting new sofas. That's what I was going to say as well, is I've put the radio on because, I mean, I just can't deal with like daytime TV all the time. That just can't happen whilst I'm on maternity leave. And I used to listen to the radio a lot because my work is like 40 minutes away, so 40 minutes in the morning, 40 minutes in the afternoon. I would always have Radio 1 on, and I always knew like what music was out. So many times Ross has said to me when we've been in the car lately, like, have you heard this song? I'm like, no, I haven't known any new music. So I've decided that whilst I'm at home and there's nothing that I want to watch on TV or like catch up on, I'm going to put the radio on. It's 4 o'clock and Ross has come home early. Yay! We did wonder, although, well, no, we talked about it, but we were like, yeah, it won't happen, about whether he would be allowed to leave early today because it's Friday and first day back. And luckily his work will obviously let him go like an hour earlier. So yeah, we get to have him for a bit longer this evening. Also, this isn't my like postpartum hair loss. My hair is always like this. Like, I always have baby hair here. So I have no idea what it's going to be like when I lose my hair. My hair is so thick right now. This is like the thickest it's been throughout the whole, like, since I was pregnant. So I'm dreading the day it all decides to leave me. Although, has anyone ever considered that the reason we lose our hair after we have a baby is just because we're really stressed? Guys, I'm getting a bit concerned, a bit nervous, if you will. It's 7:15 and Teddy has pretty much been asleep since we went for our walk at 2. He's woken up twice for feeds, so he has fed, so I'm not massively worried. We don't need to panic that he's like starving. But that's like 4.5 hours sleeping in the day, which he doesn't normally do. Oh, I mean, it's just making me nervous because I'm thinking, is he going to sleep tonight? What is he about to explode into a raging angry baby at any moment? I don't know. Like, he's asleep on me now. I don't know, how is he going to sleep for this long? Can you not just do this at night, please? I have given him 1 dose of the Gaviscon Infant, so I don't know. I just don't know. But you can't wake a sleeping baby, can you? Like, if he wants to sleep, he has to sleep. I was just halfway through doing an ad submission for Instagram, and I didn't realise how low my battery was on my phone, and it's just switched off, and I bet it hasn't saved. I wrote a really long caption, and I thought that the cable was plugged into the wall, and it's not, and I'm stuck. I think I've done it. He's making a few dinosaur noises, but I think I managed to get up and turn it on, and he's still sleeping. Guys, Teddy has been so chilled this evening. It's been a dream. He screamed at me for what felt like hours yesterday evening, and he just looked so uncomfortable and in so much pain, and it just made me feel awful. And tonight he's slept, woke up, been happy. Like, it's just been so nice and calm, and he's asleep now downstairs with Ross. I'm gonna go into bed with my bear cub, who is over there somewhere, and have a little snooze whilst Ross watches the cricket downstairs, and he'll just keep Teddy down there with him. Oh my god, I feel like maybe we found the answer. Do you know, I didn't even realise that his behaviour was so bad. Like, I didn't even realise how uncomfortable he seemed, and just last night and this morning was what did it for me. And I'm so glad we went to the doctors and we've tried this Gaviscon. I mean, could just been a fluke. We'll see how tomorrow goes and whatever, but oh, it's been so nice to have a nice calm evening with him. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. We survived our first day on our own, and so it's actually really nice that Ross went back on a Friday, because it just felt like it kind of eased us in, so he hasn't got like a whole week of work like ahead of him. He had that Friday feeling still, and also like I don't have like a daunting thing of like, oh my god, I've got to do this all again tomorrow. Like, I know that we do have to do that next week, but it's just been quite a nice way of like easing us in. I will see you in the morning. Wish me luck for tonight. Right, Teddy Richards, what are you going to wear today? What are you going to wear? Yes. What's this? A Pooh Bear? And some animals. Is that a good one?
Blueberries and animals.
Good morning, guys. So, the only place Teddy seems to be happy at the moment is his changing mat. So the changing mat is going wherever we're going, isn't it, Teddy? Yes, it is. I think I've shown you before. This is the Snuggle changing mat, and it is tilted. I don't know if you can see it. It's like, it's on a slope, isn't it? So it helps with your reflex, I think. Are you looking at the camera? Look, he follows things now, and because the camera's black, you can probably really see it. Yes. And this is such a different baby to yesterday morning, and I was going to vlog yesterday when I ended on Friday. The plan was to pick the camera up yesterday morning, and I'll be honest, I had an absolute meltdown on yesterday morning. He was just screaming at me, just no matter what I did. Feed him, scream at me, like bounce him around, scream at me. Everything I did, he screamed at me. And in the end, I put him in the sling and I went for a walk, which is my like go-to how I'm going to sort him out. Like, that's the only thing that calms him down. And as much as I would love to show real life on the vlog, and I think I do, when I get that low, I can't speak to the camera. Like, I was really miserable about it all yesterday morning, and yeah, as much as I would like to be like, this is what it's like, I just couldn't even talk. So let me just tell you, this happy baby, who is changing his mind very quickly, is not the case every morning, and it gets really tough. Are you gonna sit there while I do my makeup maybe? I don't know. You're sliding off. Do I need to put you back on? Do I need to put you back on there? Are you gonna give us a smile? Are you gonna give us a smile? You look terrified. What is it? Hey? Hey? And this morning I am going out for breakfast with the girls. So that's why I'm trying to get myself ready. It's not even 9 o'clock yet, and I've managed to get dressed. And we're gonna go, yeah, we're gonna go for breakfast. That was a very happy noise, wasn't it? I like the happy noises. And obviously Teddy is coming with us because Daddy doesn't have a boob. We do really want to try and get the bottle situation sorted. Let me pop you down and I'll talk to you whilst I do my makeup. Henry can just play his little lullaby tunes in the background. Ooh. And what was I going to talk to you about? I've got such baby brain. I might have to look back on the camera to see what I was about to talk to you about. Oh, bottles. So we really want Teddy to take a bottle of expressed milk, because that just gives me a bit more freedom. Like, if I really wanted to this morning, I could go for breakfast without Teddy, or me and Ross could go out for dinner one evening, and it would just be nice to have that option. He is 6 weeks old now, and I have been expressing some milk. Do you remember ages ago I showed you my little manual breast pump? Well, that has been amazing. I literally just yeah, as I was wearing it a couple of vlogs ago, wasn't I? You just pop it on and it collects a load of milk whilst you feed from the other side. So I've managed to collect and freeze a few bits, and I'm going to start collecting it just for the purpose of testing him on the bottle, because I don't want to waste loads of milk. Basically, I had like 3 ounces and I wasted it testing to see whether he was going to take it or not. I've also got the Medela, I think that's how you say it, breast pump, the proper electric breast pump, but I haven't tried using that yet. I will do, I think, when I properly start expressing, like if he properly starts taking a bottle and stuff like that. But with that you get the Medela bottle, which is supposed to be really good for breastfed babies, because obviously I don't want him to not want the breast, I want him to do both. And this bottle is supposed to be very similar for them to work at as they do when they feed normally. But we tried it and I think it's too difficult. Like, he doesn't have to work very hard to get my milk to come down, and with that bottle the milk doesn't even come down into the teat. So he was just like, what is this bit of rubber that you're putting in my mouth? Like, I don't know what to do with this. So we gave up on that, and I've got the Mam anti-colic bottles. So we've got 2 different teats for those. We've got a medium flow and a slow flow, I think. And I gave him a quick try with that, and he wasn't the biggest fan, but he did suck a little bit and take a little bit of milk from those, because I mean, just like more like a normal bottle, the milk comes down into the teat, so he knows he at least knows that there's milk going to come out of it. So yeah, but he's obviously not been very much fun with his reflux, so I kind of want his reflux to get better so that he's generally happier before he takes the bottle, because to get them to try the bottle you basically need them to be fed, so not like starving, hungry and happy, and we haven't had much of that around here. Yeah, we just need to wait for our opportunity, and instead of using like one of the bags of express milk that I've got, I'm just going to express a little bit off into that manual breast pump and just put that in a bottle to try him straight away on it, I think, rather than going through the whole like storage process, because that's just a waste of milk. And that stuff's like gold, isn't it, Ted? I can't believe how happy he is. I mean, I knew he was happy on his change mat, but I just didn't think it would work to move it around the house. I thought he just liked being on the change mat because he was up high with us and he gets all that interaction from us when he's on his changing table. I thought that was what it was, but God, this snuggle change mat is going to come everywhere with me. Okay, we have switched to the bouncy chair, which seems to be working for now. My mum actually bought us this chair. Not the most attractive things, is it? Probably not the one I would have chosen. In fact, I've got my eye on the Baby Bjorn version. But what baby likes, baby gets. Look at this tape of me with like foundation on and no eyes sorted. It's Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. Tubby little grubby all stuffed with fluff. It's Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. And now, Teddy's wearing white today, and I'm trying not to get makeup on his outfit. Oh dear, oh dear, oh, someone's got a bit grumpy. So I just sat down here and fed Teddy, and now he's having a little snooze on me. And oh my God, guys, like I said about yesterday morning, like, it was horrible. Like, there was tears, I was not happy. It was really difficult because he just screamed at me all morning, and the difference of this, oh, it just feels so much nicer. Well, obviously, but it just feels so good, especially after yesterday and it being so difficult in the morning. Like, he got better, he was happy in the afternoon, but it just felt so impossible in the morning. And now to have this little bug laying on me like this, completely happy, it makes it all seem possible. Teddy's in his favourite place on his changing mat, doing his favourite thing. He loves to follow Ross's face. Look at him. Look at his face. What are you doing up there? You're a happy boy on there, aren't you? Right, I need to make sure that I've got everything that I need to take out with me. Baby sling has to come everywhere just in case he kicks off and I can't eat anything. And today I really want to have a bath because I've had like 6 weeks has gone by now, so my scar should be fine. Like, I feel like I can get in the bath. Like, the idea of a bath kind of freaked me out a little bit for a while at the start because of my scar, but now I feel like that's healed. I really want to find time to have a bath. I'm hoping Teddy will give me an hour or so to just do that. That'll be nice. How nice is this weather? It literally feels like spring today. Not talking to you, by the way. I've just been out with the girls, which actually was lunch instead of breakfast in the end, and Ross is going out to watch Manchester United play in a minute, so we're just taking Bear around the block. Ross has got Teddy with his pram, although we put him in his car seat on the pram because he was just very awake and kind of felt like he wanted some interaction, so that just means he's kind of sat up and can see us, which is quite nice. I didn't just want him to go straight to sleep because he's just been asleep on me the whole time for lunch because I had him in his sling. Oh, bless you. And then we're going to go out for a proper walk later. Happy baby. I like having a happy baby, I do. Yeah. Today has made all the difference, hasn't it, little one? He's been in such a good mood. Like, he's slept enough, you've eaten enough. Yes. Oh my God, it just makes such a difference. Yesterday was so tough, like in the morning. Oh, I did not enjoy yesterday morning, did I? There was definitely tears. And I don't know if I could face another day of him being in that mood. So to have a happy baby today is very nice indeed, and I'm quite pleased the fact that he's been awake a little bit more in the daytime, because hopefully that's a good sign for being tired at night. Bear's gone out to play with his rope. Do you want to come in? Do you want to come in?
This Saturday, 2 of my best mates, Aaron and Jamie, are celebrating their engagement. It is going to be a huge do.
Who's this in his chair? Who's this in his chair? Bear seems a little bit more interested in Teddy when he's in his chair. Doesn't you? You like that, baby? Yeah, he seems like a little bit more interested in him. Like, oh, it's like you've realised he's a human, isn't it? You've realised that he's a little human too. Yeah, yeah. And Teddy seems to have noticed him a bit more as well. Like, Teddy watches him, doesn't he? He watches you.
You look beautiful tonight, John.
Oh, they'll be best of friends one day. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. You're probably sick of my mum's voice now, but I'm just so happy that he's happy. It makes all the difference. All the difference there.
Tonight's the night.
Okay. All right. You right there, Bear? Just gave his foot a lick. Ross loves it when Bear licks his feet. He'll be jealous. He'll be jealous that you got a foot lick from Bear. I've taken his socks off because I've been picking out all the little grubby bits in between his toes. You need a bath tonight. Yes, you do. Maybe we'll put a little bit of bubble bath in. I've just been bathing him in just water because that's what they suggest you do. But apparently, because we live in quite a hard water area, it's quite nice to put a little bit of bubbles in. We've got some bedtime bubbles, haven't we? That'd be quite nice, won't it? That'll be nice. Did I say as well that we are booked on to do baby sensory next week? So that's my first like baby class, and we're looking forward to it. I wanted to pick something that I thought he would kind of benefit from as well as me. We're going with my friend from yoga, and hopefully he'll be awake and get lots out of it. Hopefully you won't sleep or feed through the whole class. It's like, that light's quite pretty, isn't it? That's coming in from my front door and bouncing off the mirror into the living room. Have I told you, let me mute the telly. Have I told you how obsessed we are with Luther? Oh my god, how have we not watched Luther before? I've actually wanted to watch it for ages, and I was going to start watching it yesterday, and then the other day, and then Ross decided that he wanted to watch it too, and we're addicted. We're on to series 2. I think we've watched maybe 3 episodes, and we really like it. Honestly, addicted. We're gonna watch another episode later. And there's that Fred and Rose West documentary. I want to watch that as well. I recorded that the other day. Into like serial killers. That's a bit weird, isn't it? I also now I have this thing where I get into like a series, or I get obsessed with a film, and then I'm obsessed with the lead character. Like when I watched when I watched A Legend, that is what it's called, isn't it? I'm obsessed with that film, by the way, the one about the Cray brothers. I then got obsessed with Tom Hardy, and what's the other film? Kingsman, and I got obsessed with Taron Egerton. I think that's how you say his name. And now I feel like I'm obsessed with Idris Elba. Like, isn't he just the coolest man ever? Like, I feel like he's got a really cool voice and a really cool walk. Like, he's the only one that could pull off like how cool he is, basically. So that's what Mummy and Daddy watch, isn't it, when you snooze in the corner? He's 6 weeks old now, and I don't mean like I'm gonna do this soon, but I just wondered, like, when am I supposed to put him upstairs for his naps? I don't know. I just don't know what we do with any of this baby stuff. I mean, obviously it's not yet, but I wonder when I'm supposed to get the monitor out and put him upstairs for his snoozes. Because I guess that would be good for him, like in like a dark, quiet environment. Well, not necessarily quiet, he'll sleep through anything, but I don't know. We're just making this parenting thing up as we go along, aren't we, mate? Teddy has now been awake for ages, like 2 hours, but it's been so lovely, and I can't believe I'm saying that after like what we've had from him recently. Basically, like every waking minute has been screaming, and he's just been really, really happy. So I've been absolutely fine for him to be awake for that long. If he's awake for that long and screaming and grumpy, then I'm like, you need to go to sleep, or you need to do something to sort yourself out. But he's been an absolute delight. We've just been sat chatting with him in his little chair. But now he decided it was time for food, so I fed him on one side and then changed his nappy, came downstairs to feed him on the other side, and he threw up all over me. It's the worst sensation ever. It's so hot where it's come out of him. He just threw it up all over me, like, oh, and all over his face. So it kind of came out like straight on me, but back in his face. Literally, it was like his whole face was covered, like his eyes and everything, bless him. He looked so shocked. What the hell just happened there? But obviously he's fine. I've got changed. Right, Ross is home. We're going to take the baby and the dog out for a nice walk. It is such a lovely evening. I keep wanting to say spring evening. It's not spring, it just feels like spring. Right guys, I'm back at the walk that I used to do with Bear when I was pregnant quite a lot, and this was the hill that I could not get up without huffing and puffing. So let's see if my fitness is any better now I don't have a baby. You've got a baby strapped to you though, you might huff and puff. Guys, I'm at the top of the hill and there was no huffing and puffing. It makes quite a difference not having a 10-pound baby inside your body. How is it having a 12-ish pound baby?
It feels lighter this time than the last time I carried it. I think it's because I've got the strap on properly.
Yeah.
I've got like that hanging down by my knees.
Yeah, we took us a couple of goes to get the wrap right. If you've got the Close Parent Kaboo, whatever it is, which one is it? Close Parent Kaboo plus Cotton Blend. The instructions that come with it are not great, so I'd recommend going onto their YouTube channel and following one of the tutorials, because yeah, we didn't do it very well with the instructions that it came with, but the YouTube tutorial was really helpful. So yeah, make sure you do that if you've got that wrap. And yeah, once he's in properly, he feels lighted, and he just getting him in the right place. If he's hanging down, you just feel a bit like you haven't really got him, and he feels heavier and it hurts your shoulders. I think it puts more weight on your shoulders. I don't know if I said that we had Teddy Wade this week, and he is 12 pounds 9. What a little chunky boy. He was 11 pounds 3 2 weeks before, so he'll probably be like 4 stone next time. I love coming for a walk up here when it's an evening like this. The sun is so lovely, as you can probably tell.
Over the town.
Yeah, and I'll show you the view in a minute. The view's actually a little bit hazy, but it is very nice with that pretty sky. Guys, do you remember when Bear used to run away from me up here when I was pregnant, and it was like the biggest effort in the world to come and get him? Well, not so hard anymore, is it? Come on, how you get? Come on. Like, this slope made me very nervous when I was pregnant. Found himself a stick. You bringing it? Come on then. Bear, come on. That's it. Good boy. Do you want to take it home or what? It's in the way now, Bear. What are you doing? I am feeling so good about today. I've also just written in my new mum's notebook. We've just got home from the walk, and Ross has gone round to his mum and dad's to check one of my birthday presents, apparently, that's been delivered. I don't know if I showed you this. This is the new mum's notebook, and I got it for Christmas, and it is such a lovely book. It's, let me show you. And inside, it has, oh, there's the contents page, but it has lots of lovely kind of tips and reassurance and things. You write down everything about baby's kind of birth on the first page, and then there's these lovely little bits throughout the whole book. So this is about the first 12 days of the newborn. I will admit I did not get around to filling this in throughout the whole of month 1, and guess what, I'm just not going to beat myself up about it. There was enough to think about in that first month. And then, yeah, welcome to the 4th trimester. Basically, it's just nice to have like little words of encouragement throughout the whole book, and then you have these days, these pages where you can fill out updates on baby. So like, yeah, I've started filling them out here. And it's just a nice reminder as well. You don't do it every day. I think there's about 8 pages per month that you can fill in, something like that. And yeah, it's just nice to keep a record of what's been going on with the little Ted bum. And I was just going to say, first of all, this weather is doing wonders for me. It's so nice going out, and like everyone's just out happy. Like you just see people in parks, and you just hear kids playing, and it just feels like spring is coming, and life just feels a bit easier when there's a bit more light. And I was just saying to Ross, like, I think it must be really hard to bring a newborn home like November time, and you know you've got like 2-3 months stretched out in front of you where it's dark and cold and raining potentially. Obviously it can rain any time of year, but that must just feel quite hard. I think I feel very good about the fact that life is about to get a bit sunnier in terms of having Teddy, and we can just get out and about. Like, that is, yeah, that feels good. Just makes it feel a bit easier. And oh, that's what I was also saying to Ross, is I felt like I really needed today. Today has just felt like ultimate Sunday goals. Like, out for lunch with the girls, a happy baby all day, like interacting with me, feeding nicely, sleeping nicely, going out for family walks. Like, this is what it's all about. And when he's screaming at me in my face, it feels like this is never going to be good. It feels like it's always going to be really difficult. Oh, those noises are in his sleep. Yeah, it just feels like, what have we done? Like, where is this happy family life that you imagine when you have, like, when you're pregnant, you find out you're having a baby, you think, oh, it's going to be so lovely and we're going to have happy cozy Sundays with family walks, and then they scream in your face and you think you're never going to get anything done ever again. Oh, Bear's disappearing because he doesn't like Teddy's noises. But yeah, so today, just having a happy baby and doing all these things makes me see that actually this is good and it will only get better. And yes, there will still be really hard days where I just want to cry and wonder what the hell I'm doing, but then there's days like today where everybody's happy and everybody does what they're supposed to and everybody does what they want to, and yeah, it just feels nice. And I'm really hoping I can have a bath when Ross gets in. I don't know how long that little monkey's going to sleep for. We've just watched the documentary on Fred and Rose West. That's mental. And now we're eating cookies. These are from where we went for lunch earlier. I think I've done them before on here, and you just put them in the oven. They're like cookie balls like this, and then they go like that. And oh my god, they're so good. I look like an egg because I managed to have a bath. I've had my first bath since I was pregnant, and I could actually get out of the bath quite easily compared to the last time I had a bath. And it just felt nice to chill in there for a bit, and Teddy slept the whole time, so he let me have a bath. Thank you, Teddy. Well, making mum life look very easy right now, but I'm going to take these wins when I can. Let me start by saying I fell asleep last night. I fell asleep on the sofa, which I haven't really done for a while, and I was very confused when I woke up because Teddy was still asleep. He wasn't even in his pyjamas yet. We were supposed to do bath time yesterday and he just slept, and I can't wake him up for a bath and to change him into pyjamas. So yeah, I kind of went into a bit of a blur, but then luckily he went down quite nicely. I gave him a feed in bed, put him down, and oh my god, yes, he put himself to sleep. So normally I have to put him down asleep, like fully asleep, otherwise in 2 seconds he stirs and that's it, he's awake again. But I put him down, well, he was falling asleep in my arms and grinning at me from time to time, and then I needed the loo, so I was like, oh, I need to put you down. So I just put him down, and he didn't seem like annoyed, he was just like wriggling around a little bit, and I thought, do you know what, you're not upset, so I'm just going to leave you as you are. And he fell asleep, and it is honestly, I think, the first time he's ever done that, like sort of put himself to sleep just a little bit, which was lovely. A bit of a weird night. He woke up twice for 5-minute feeds and then 2 longer feeds, so I had 4 wake ups, and then he was really fussy at 6 AM, but I can't complain, I suppose. And now I think he's fallen asleep now. It was really cute when I first came out here for a walk. He was in his wrap but awake and like looking around. Normally this just puts him straight to sleep, but that was quite a nice little moment. But yes, I feel like I am winning at mum life right now, walking the dog at what, 8:30 with the baby strapped to me. Yeah, it feels like I've accomplished something if I just get out and do Bear's first walk in the morning. And I guess a lot of people be like, how are you out of the house that early? Let me tell you, all I have done is shove on some leggings and a jumper. Teddy is still in his pyjamas. I've just put his like coat on over the top, and we just ran out the door basically. So it's not like I've like got up, showered, got a face full of makeup and like the baby's in a perfect outfit. No, we're in pyjamas. He's in the nappy that I changed a couple of hours ago. Like, he's fine. Bear's having his walk. We're all quite happy out in the sunshine, which, may I add, hello sunshine in February. How lovely is this? I remember last year it was freezing at this time of year because it's nearly my birthday and it snowed on my birthday. And now we've got like spring weather at the end of February. Oh, it just makes me feel so much happier. Today though, I'm not really doing much. We just got a day at home basically. We'll just keep coming out for dog walks with Bear. And oh, that was what I was going to say. So Bear just got chased by a dog called Brian, and then I got jumped at by a dog called Teddy. Weird morning. So yeah, I just wanted to come on and chat to you guys this morning because I forgot to end the vlog last night. Yeah, I don't know that vlogging today will be much fun though, because we're not really doing much. We're just having an at-home day. So I will either come back to you to end the vlog, or I will let you know if anything interesting happens today.